good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by Hard Factor. It is Monday, January 25th, 2021, episode number 610. I'm Will. I'm back from a week off. We got Mark and Wes in the studio as well, and Bubba's in there, making sure we mind our P's and Q's. The Beeve, Pat, is driving up to Rutherford, New Jersey. He's moving the Beaver Dam from Texas to New Jersey. Did I miss anything there, guys?
No, he's slowly moving to New Jersey.
We were laughing before that we recorded. He's like an inmate on his way to do his sentence. So he's
turning himself in slowly.
He's taking his sweet ass time.
He's hitting every major city, having a night in his favorite towns.
His paternity sentence. Yeah, I think he was in Knoxville, right? Is it or Nashville?
Nashville,
one of the vills that
he's
loves
going to
in
DC.
Tennessee.
He's going to
Right.
DC today for 36
Actually, he
hours.
probably did both vills, right?
Yeah.
He probably did. Who knows?
Charlottesville.
He's slashing the U-Haul's tires.
Yeah, he's taking his time.
He's having a good time on that road trip. So he'll be back.
Good for him.
I think
Good for
Wednesday.
him.
Yeah, right. He'll be back on Wednesday. We got a new president now. Since I was last on the show, did I miss anything else, guys? I'll tell you what I was doing as soon as we
Big
sort of
sports
catch up
weekend.
here.
Conor McGregor lost.
Oh wow, that was funny.
The
picture of him
NFC and
knocked
AFC
out.
championships.
Yeah,
That's about it. So Bucks versus Chiefs, pretty good Super Bowl. The greatest of all time versus the best right now.
Yeah. It's a pretty compelling. All red too. Big year for red teams in the NFL.
There was some good golf on as well. I
oh,
know Mark.
yeah.
I know Mark's on a heater on the game. We're all kind of doing well on gambling.
Well, this last weekend,
Don't tell
Mark
the
was-
IRS.
Mark was on a real heater this, and Wes, you've been good on golf too, right?
Yeah,
Even I'm
last
winning,
two
and I always
weekends.
lose. So.
Yeah.
Had a couple bets hit this weekend.
Wow.
The gambling channel in the Discord is nice.
That's right. Patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to get in on the Discord chat in the send in the car tier, because we are just talking nonstop gambling in there.
Lighting the lamp, so to speak.
Yeah.
So don't bury the lead. What's going on with dad life? What's the
Yeah, so I had a baby since the last time I didn't have a baby. My wife had a baby. Sorry. It's like you say that, and then it's like, obviously you didn't.
It's like you saying you're on the Washington football team. We won, like you.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like saying we for your favorite
Yeah,
team.
right.
No, yeah, I need to remind myself. No, my
But
wife
now you
had the
both
baby.
have a baby.
We have a baby, Scarlett Jane. Bubba put a picture up for
That's a
youtube.com/hardfactornews.
good-looking baby.
She is so cute, man. She really is.
She is cute. I
Yeah.
could look at the picture all day. But I promise I won't spam social media with
Sure.
pictures of her.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I did the 2 days, and I haven't posted much recently because all it would be is pictures of her, and so I know that I'm just not posting because I'd rather not spam.
That's what
people with
Facebook
that.
is for. I literally posted pictures of my 10-year-old on Facebook today. That's what Facebook is for. Occasionally Instagram with the Hard Factor stuff, but Facebook is where you spam the fuck out of people with kid pictures.
Where was the Meconium pics?
Right, didn't take pictures of that. So Mark, good getting me back to my roots here, because first I got something written out for this whole thing.
Okay.
And it includes what happened with the whole walkthrough. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for the well wishes, gifts, words of advice, everything that you have given me and my wife. We're very, very appreciative and thankful of that. Baby Scarlett is healthy and happy. So is mom. So no health worries. She was born on MLK Day, so that's kind of cool. That
is really cool.
You have a holiday weekend for birthday parties. Also MLK, great guy. 2 presidential terms in her first 3 days, born on the 18th, new president on the 20th. That's pretty cool. Also, right in between Capricorn and Aquarius, so she can pick whichever horoscope is better that day and just go with that. But the actual birth was pretty crazy. So my wife was induced into labor at 4 a.m. on Monday. And then there was some complications. We sat around all day. 8 p.m. rolls around. You're then there for 16 hours already. And there's complications. Everything was just wait and see. All of a sudden at 8 p.m. they're like, oh, we might have to do an emergency C-section. So it got crazy for 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, everything calmed down. We were like, could we just check again and see what's happening? And they're like, oh shit, actually it's just time to have the baby. So so 20 minutes later, of pushing, and the baby's out. after like this whole fucking rigmarole.
Was that like a tactic to like
Yeah.
scare the
maybe
baby?
so? Maybe
I
they
think
try to
so.
scare her out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The whole because we were like the
That's
only
a
people.
fucked up tactic.
It is. Yeah.
Emergency C-sections coming.
It was wild, man. I had never. That was something I did not anticipate, and the feeling of like the dread of like what if one of them gets hurt in that process was like something I couldn't even begin to describe. So like after that, nothing like because that was so scary. Everything else has been just like losing sleep and pretty chill ever since then.
Oh, nice.
She
She a good sleeper?
pretty good. Hard to keep her down, but I think like any newborn, right, is like she's gonna get upset with something and have a few cries. Yeah, but we're just learning how to take care of her. Some observations about having a baby. I'd heard this comparison before, but a newborn baby is a lot like a hardcore drunk. You just replace vodka with milk. So it's just like all the baby does is chug, cry, and then sleep. Right, so you just get like, and then you get tired.
You've had some experience in this before,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you get tired from looking after them when they're in that state, and you also get tired from cleaning up their pukey shirts and their shitty underwear in that state.
It sounds like a littler version of our friends.
Right, of us, of all of us
Yeah,
at one point in our lives.
Your wife's a pro already.
Right, exactly. She's had to deal with me, so pretty much the same, minus the crimes. The baby's not committing crimes, but yeah, like we're all in good shape to handle these babies because you just think of it like a drunk with vodka and like the milk. It's the same thing. Childbirth, that's tough. Guys, be happy that you don't have to give birth. Congrats, ladies, to you that you're so strong, but also sorry that you have to do that. And maybe it's the trauma from witnessing that, but I've been eating terribly since the birth. I'm back in a 3XL officially.
I think I'm having some sympathy eats over here. For you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Wes, how you doing?
Well, I made a sandwich today, and then I ate just a piece of bread out of the bag while I was waiting for my other bread to toast. So that's where I'm at.
The sandwich is taking too long.
Just a waiting piece.
Yeah.
Well, I think I got something
Fair
that may
enough.
be able to bring you back, Wes. I was thinking about it, and my daughter's first legal beer isn't going to be until 2042. So I got to make it to then. And
Hey, maybe I'll be with her by then. You know. In fact, I guarantee it.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't win the $1 billion lottery, unfortunately, because we would have bought the island, and then you definitely would have been back on the sauce.
I'm just saying, like, how are we going to think about that? I just would like myself and all of us to be
Let's
there.
get to the
witness
news.
it.
What else about babies? I don't
2042.
really want to talk about my personal health anymore. That's a long. That's a long.
Okay, well, that was pretty much it about it. Hard factor stuff, though. Biden administration, first day banning federal fracking after saying he wouldn't 1 billion times. That was hilarious. That happened last week.
Fooled you.
Guns brought the heat on Friday's show. Apparently, him and Pat had a little bit of sparring. Didn't get a chance to listen to it. I did listen to Thursday's show, though, which was... I don't know if it was in there, but Wes is zinging the little kids' politics tweets. It's all nice. I'm excited to listen to Spike Cohen interview. Lots of good stuff while I was gone.
Oh yeah, we
including
should
the
release
beta.
that. We'll release that today. It's on Patreon,
Today.
but we'll
Yes.
release that at some point today.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. That's it. No, I'm a dad now.
Well,
Hey.
good. Congrats, man. We're happy
Congrats.
for you.
Good to have you back too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I don't have to yell anymore. That's really all I care about. So
Pat tried to do one. It didn't go over well.
Which
I didn't
day is
try to
that?
do
I gotta
any.
listen to that.
That's
Oh.
the first day. Mondays. He went for the first time. I got a few DMs from some people being like, "Can you tell Pat not to do the
Wes's
Good Morning
was
anymore?"
strong.
Yeah, Wes's are good, but but I would be much more like Pat's, where there's not a lot of bass coming from it, and that's where you got to have that like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Monday.
like that bass, yeah.
Monday was the actual day of the birth, so I definitely didn't get a chance to sample that one. But I do need to listen to the yell.
You just gotta listen to the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Nice.
hilarious.
Okay.
By the way, I'm thinking about. I've been gambling so much. I'm thinking about becoming like a toothpick in the mouth kind of guy. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I noticed it tonight. It's an aggressive look, but
Yeah.
It's
you
a
look like
natural progression.
you look like you probably have a tip. Like you got a tip
Yeah,
on something.
Do you have a rolled up magazine you could roll with?
Yeah, you take it out when you got something important
You
to
gotta roll
say.
up the magazine and hit your hand with it.
That's
Yeah.
how you know you got something important to say. If you're a toothpick guy, you take it out when you got, and then people know when to listen, right?
the
That's
emphasis.
true.
Yeah.
Here comes the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Wes is just modeling his toothpick. YouTube.com/sharkfactornews. Check that out.
Practicing the move. I'm going to take it out. All right, let's get to the news. It has been, 5 days since Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th president of the United States. So let's check in to see how he's holding up and what he's up to. He came out swinging, that's for sure, undoing several President Trump's executive orders with some executive orders of his own. In fact, he signed over 30 executive orders since becoming president. He's like me at my accountant's office, just signing next to the colorful tabs, not reading anything. I know Pat covered some of the early ones he signed last week, like the border wall and such. I found the list he used. It was a beautiful list. Very jealous of that story with the list that I stumbled upon.
I heard that. I heard the list. Yeah, that was
Now you got a list.
Yeah, well, no, I don't. I don't have a list. I was going to use that list, but let's look at some new ones. So on Friday, he signed 2 executive orders. The first was to increase Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, aka food stamps, by 15%, and also to streamline the delivery of stimulus checks, and has proposed a $1.9 trillion relief plan to Congress, which includes over $1 trillion to assist families needing direct financial support, like $1,400 more stimulus, and $440 billion in emergency funds for cash poor small businesses and communities. So, sounds like a good thing. It's really
I got an
high.
email that Hard Factor is eligible to apply now.
We are.
You got that email? That's a nice email. Yeah. Did you guys
We'll
didn't
get nothing because we've only been in business for.
Wes got the second. Well, yeah, exactly. 10 days of 2021.
Yeah.
Wes, you got the second stimulus check. Will, you have not
Yeah.
received it, correct?
I hadn't as of the last check. No.
Neither have I. I checked the IRS.gov again, and they're like, we mailed it on January 6th, but it could take forever. And also, we're trying our best, but everyone's trying to get a refund. And do not contact us at all. And if you don't get your refund, tough titties, we're not reissuing any checks. So,
Correct. It's just
yeah.
like a
It's
sad
a shit show.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is a huge relief fund. Obviously, the Republicans didn't like the last one when it was so high. But speaking on that order, President Biden said, quote, "We have to act now. We will not let people go hungry." He wants the extra $1,400. And like I said, the Republicans are not okay with it. But there's some. So I started reading into this about how
you're telling me Democrats and Republicans still disagree. I thought,
still disagree.
No way. I thought that was done.
Listen, it's gonna get real fucking
I thought
hairy.
the birth of Will's daughter was going to solve that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's time for unity, Mark. You heard the inaugural address. Unity.
Right. That ain't happening. So I read into how this bill could possibly get passed, and it's actually really dangerous, the road that this could go down for the Senate, and I'm sure I'm going to get maybe 20% of this wrong. So normally when the bill gets passed through the House, it goes to the Senate, and it's right now it's equal, right? So Kamala Harris will be a tiebreaker, but the Senate is like a place where they're supposed to have some cooperation, and that's why there's these filibusters, and you can break a filibuster once you get 60 votes, to stop the filibuster. Then it goes to the regular vote, and all you need is the 51, right? So there's all these different ways that they can bypass the filibuster. There's this thing called the nuclear option, which ends the filibuster debate. Then it goes right to the vote immediately, where of course the Dems would have the
nuclear
advantage.
option is in getting rid of the filibuster altogether.
Yeah, they can just end the filibuster without the 60 votes usually needed to end the filibuster, go right to the fucking vote, and then, Kamala Harris would be the tiebreaker, right? And then, of course, it would pass. All kinds of crazy loopholes and tactics they can use on each other, and they just keep using it, like flash impeachments. It's just going to get uglier and uglier, and if they start using this shit, eventually, when it switches back to the other side, then they're going to use it, and it's just going to be
of course. It's
vicious.
It's all an escalation.
Wes just described politics.
Right.
No. But I'm saying these kind of things
modern
are gonna,
politics.
Modern
yeah.
politics, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Modern
what's been
politics.
happening. Yeah.
Well, but I didn't know about these nuclear options
Supreme
and
Court and all that stuff.
Right. So, but
the executive orders too of the last
it's getting crazy. And there's also this thing. So it can pass through what's called a budget reconciliation, which looks just like passing that shit without Republican support at all. There's this thing called the Bird Rule, which it eliminates all the extra bullshit they can put in a bill. Like the Dems, push through all that stuff for cod counting in Canada and all that shit, and money for whatever fucking Tasmania. if you go that way, you eliminate some of this stuff in the bird rule. And Biden wants to push that 15 an hour minimum wage through with this bill. So if they go the route of like the nuclear option, then the bird rule comes into account, and he can't like tack on all that extra shit. So Mitch McConnell's warning Schumer like, hey, you might not want to do that.
He's
because,
like, I know the rule book too, buddy.
Yeah, because in 2 years, y'all might be right where we are. Is basically what he's saying. So Schumer's like.
That's how the circle goes, right? Like 4 years ago,
Right.
when Trump first week, he was like undoing stuff that Biden did. Now this 4 years later,
Obama,
right?
It's just Obama. Yeah, he's undoing stuff that Obama had. That's what Trump was doing, and now Biden's undoing stuff that Trump was doing, and then
Yes, you're right. It's modern politics, but this is the shit that like actually happens. It's kind of cool to know what it is. But Schumer thinks he can get those 60 votes and have some Republicans move on to his side and just have the 60 votes needed. So yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to try to use any of these tactics at first.
And they're going to do this all while having an impeachment trial too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before it, or I guess before it, around it.
Well, Biden's signing all kinds of executive orders this week. Like today, he's got a busy
they
week.
don't have to do anything necessarily to act on an executive order, right? Until
No. Well, he's this bill. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to vote on it.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to be impeachment first or what, but. This week, he's signing executive orders involving race relations, discrimination, dismantling private prisons, strengthening the police with military-grade equipment, climate change, healthcare, and more immigration shit. He's just like trying to knock out the stuff he promised in the first 100 days, so he can just like coast.
He's finding out how shitty the job is.
I'm pretty sure he should be aware. He was VP for 8 years.
That's true. That's true. Yes,
Yeah.
but
He is
his team-
notoriously sleepy. Maybe he was not.
Yeah, he
aware,
forgets.
but-
Well, he forgets. Well, but I heard like his team was like not real happy about like the COVID stuff. With,
about
the
criticisms
vaccine,
and the
just
fact that the
vaccine.
world exists and the fact that COVID
no,
exists.
No,
Yeah.
like they were left in the dark in the transition on the COVID stuff, and then now they're all doom and gloom. They're saying
It's the same people. Fauci's
500,000
in charge of it. It's the same guy. How are they left in the dark if Fauci's still in charge?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's what I'm hearing. They're about like the vaccine
Wow.
distribution and
Sounds like a legit complaint,
Yeah.
Yeah.
considering the same guy's still in charge.
Sounds like a transition problem. Yeah. We also had our first Hunter Biden sighting over the weekend as he went to Mass with his dad at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church. And I think when Joe told Hunter they were going to the Holy Trinity, he got amped and grabbed his benzos, opioids, and muscle relaxers, but quickly found out it wasn't the Holy Trinity he was used to. Apparently on the way, Hunter announced he was finally feeling able to keep some food down, so they stopped at the local deli, Call Your Mother Deli, for some bagels. So that's what's going on in their world right now. Just a whole bunch of executive orders and trying to get us some money, hopefully, more stimulus checks that may or may not arrive. And Hunter's eating bagels.
They got to start. They got to direct deposit the money. The check system's a nightmare with the IRS.
I got my. I thought you got yours.
You direct
last time.
deposited. I did last time.
So did I.
So did everybody,
how
but
did they
not.
fuck it up?
Didn't happen this time.
How did they fuck it up this time?
They gave me the kid bonus and my stimulus check, direct deposit.
Lucky you.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah. All right, and that update was brought to you by Stereo, and I got to tell you, this is something that we are all pretty fucking excited about. It's really cool. So Stereo is a free live broadcast social platform that enables people to have real conversations in real time. So let's say Mark and I or Mark and Will are on Stereo. It's basically like live radio. The app allows podcast creators to build a more intimate relationship with their fan base by engaging them in direct conversation. So listeners can record a question and then send it to us in real time. So you're listening to us, you have a question, you send it to us, we can address it right then and there.
I fucked around with it and sent in a question this weekend on someone's show, and it's super easy. You just press the record button, and then you just like leave a voicemail, and then it doesn't play automatically. Like the moderator of that show will decide if it's worthy of being played or not. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like phone-based podcasting, right? Basically,
Yeah.
It's as close to radio as you can
radio.
get.
phone-based radio.
It's just
yeah.
it's and
Live.
yeah, and that's one of the things that we miss most about Barstool were those radio mornings, the callers, the live shows, the kind of like the vibe that we got. Stereo is as close as it gets to that radio experience, so we're really excited about it, and we want you guys to follow us on there and join up with us. So all of us Hard Factor boys are like I said, excited to offer our listeners a new way to interact with us. Join us for a live show on the Stereo app soon. We'll be announcing when we're going to do this soon, but first you got to download the free Stereo app and follow us at Hard Factor West, at Hard Factor Mart, at Hard Factor Will, and at Hard Factor Pat, so you can connect with us whenever we're live, and then you stay tuned for more details how to engage with us at the end of today's episode. Go to stereo.com to sign up, and we'll have a show name pretty soon. We need to get like a main account set up. You can go to stereo.com, set up your account, and then follow all of us on there.
Yeah, follow the host for now, but we're getting to go. Lots of comedians on there too. It's good app.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Indeed. Will, I think you're up.
no, I see. Let's do
nope.
a segment called "Let's Get Down to
Oh,
Business."
I'm up. Oh, Will, you're closing. Say I wrote the closer.
No, I mean I have a second story.
Oh, but I thought I was closing the show. Oh, you already went. I'm a little out of it today. All right, let's do a new segment I'm calling Let's Get Down to Business. Did you guys follow the GameStop drama over the weekend?
No, but I like how Wes put his toothpick in when you said, let's get down to business.
Yes, Wes. You're going to need the toothpick in. Or I should have taken it out, too, when I said that. But yes. First of all, everyone knows what GameStop is, right? It's like the number one spot for incels to hang out, even over laser tag places.
Yeah.
I kid, right? Like,
They're going out of business everywhere.
I used to love going to GameStop.
I'm a huge GameStop
When
guy,
I had to
personally.
buy physical copies of video games or trade in old systems. But that's the thing, though, right? GameStop is a brick and mortar small store, usually found like inside malls or in strip
don't go
malls,
anymore. Yeah.
where you buy and exchange, physical copies of video games and video game paraphernalia. Not really needed right now anymore, as you can just digitally get everything GameStop has to offer with a few clicks, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what stock market short seller Citron Research said as well when they predicted that.
Good call.
Yeah, they predicted that GameStop stock would decrease, even though GameStop just announced they got Chewy CEO Ryan Cohen to join its board of directors. Chewy also amazing, does pet food delivery. I use them; they're very good. But again, Citron Research was like, we don't care about Ryan Cohen. We care about GameStop having a shitty business model, and a shitload of investors agree with Citron, and they actually have made GameStop the number one most shorted stock in the entire stock market, with over 138% of its total volume of shares being shorted. So more than shares exist, people are shorting this fucking
That's a problem,
stock.
right?
It is. And it's also a problem when you have a passionate group of Redditors that are on the Reddit thread Wall Street Bets that are obviously hardcore gamers and don't take kindly to people talking shit about GameStop. And they decided all to pump the GameStop stock. So when you have everyone pumping the GameStop stock and it going up in value, and all of these people with these short shares getting called in, which is like margin called or whatever,
They're battling the short sellers, yeah.
you have what's called a short squeeze, and it's insane. And basically the stock went up 70% alone on Friday, and it's up 250% in the month of January, and GameStop is going through the fucking roof right now, and it's just
Good
wild.
for GameStop, you know?
Yeah,
Hope
it's
this
crazy.
saves the company.
Now
yeah.
would be a good time to buy short again.
Potentially,
Probably, right?
potentially,
Sure,
Wes.
yeah.
I don't know exactly, but yes, I mean, people right now are trying to hold. And
None
keep
of us
it, like,
know, but yeah.
They don't have the resilience, these gamers. They don't have the
No,
resilience.
I agree with you. It's going to burst soon.
The people that bought it for pennies and then inflated it, they're doing great, right?
There was on our Discord chat. What's it?
Yeah, no, I was kidding. I saw Big Ounce. He's keeping us up to date.
He was showing some guy made like $5 million on Friday that had like 50,000 shares of GameStop. But anyways,
gamers.
yeah. So we'll see. Everyone's going to be watching GameStop this week. I guess it's similar to Volkswagen in 2008, and the short squeeze might go on. At some point, it's going to fucking burst. Anyways, another business news: Godiva, another mall staple, announced that they are closing or selling all 128 of its brick and mortar stores in North America. Yeah, by the end of March. So
What's
soon.
next? The pretzel places? The
I know, right?
Cinnabons? Oh,
I used to get my mom Godiva like every year when I was young for Christmas and her birthday, and it was just like Godiva and perfume. But yeah, they're closing by March. So if you were planning on getting any Godiva on Valentine's Day, you might want to call your local store and see if they're still going to be open.
Well, it'll be like a clearance, right? Should be like
Yeah.
a liquidation sale.
Or you can just go to CVS and buy a bunch of Godiva because they sell it there too.
Well, fine. That's true, Wes, but
CVS.
If you do like the Godiva store, get in there now.
Yeah.
My favorite is to buy people candy the day after the holiday at CVS.
Oh, that's super cheap.
Yeah.
Talk
Extra
about
cheap.
clearance. What else has happened? What about going to Godiva the day after Valentine's Day if they're still open? That's basically free candy, free chocolate. What else is happening in the business segment? Moses Shahrivar, a designer of safety equipment for motorcyclists, has a new invention: jeans fitted with airbags to prevent leg injuries. Can you please roll the clip, Bubba, of this guy's invention? He's been doing
Jeans with airbags. This sounds like Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, you gotta see this shit. He's been doing this for like 20 years. He's worked with Harley Davidson. Here, take a look at it. See,
So
they look like normal jeans, but inside there's
insert.
airbags.
Well, you know what that is? That's the ACL
puff
thing.
up?
They put that on people's legs who have ACL tears.
Looks like stirrups. Yeah, but
Damn.
so
But what is the point of that?
Because when you fall off your motorcycle, it rips the cord out and your legs inflate. So when you-
airbag style.
Airbags.
shit.
It's literally airbags for your legs. So when you fall off your motorcycle, you don't kill yourself or break your legs. But it would be pretty awkward if you were at like a biker bar and your pants just inflated.
Dude,
Yeah.
you could prank your buddy with the airbag pants
You pull it
so
yes.
bad.
Yes. So bad. You just keep pulling. He's like talking to a hot chick and you pull the airbags. That's game over.
Yeah. I feel like they would make you bounce around more if you were like, just skidding and then they came and you just popped and like flew in the air.
So many people are gonna prank. That's like the new like telling the chick that your buddy's gay when he's not around. Oh, you don't want to talk to him.
Pull his ripcord.
Yeah, pull his ripcord. He's out. He's out of the game.
Bouncing 30 feet in the air after a crash.
Yeah. That's what I imagine.
Causes a huge scene at the bar. So you got to be careful. It's you got to have no friends, I guess, or different types of friends than we've ever had. Lastly, Bernie Sanders.
Explosive pants.
Yeah, lastly, Bernie Sanders is getting into the charity game. Did you guys see the meme of him sitting with his legs and arm crossed that from the inauguration? Where he's
Oh, no, I missed it.
Yeah, everyone saw it. It went viral and was everywhere. Well, when asked about the meme, Sanders said he was happy that it went viral and said, "We're going to be selling around the country sweaters and T-shirts. And all of the money that's going to be raised, which I expect to be a couple of $1 million, will be going to programs like Meals on Wheels that feed low-income senior citizens." And if you could show a picture of the I don't know if you already did, Bubba, but the picture of
He's
the
got
Bernie
some
Sanders.
merch. Yeah.
Look how cute that is, though. The knitted Bernie Sanders
That is
thing.
a cute
That
merch.
is
That's cute.
adorable.
He's not going to touch the Barstool Fund, though. Hate to break
No,
it to
Barstool
Bernie.
Fund's at like 50 million, 30
Hate
million.
to break it to
Yeah.
30 plus, I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
hate to break it to Bernie. He's not touching
No,
that.
but any charity's good. So that's it for the let's get down to business. Toothpick 'em, Wes. All right.
Good job.
Well, that was
Very
thank you.
good.
That episode.
Very
This
good.
episode today is sponsored by BlueChew, guys.
BlueChews.
Do you remember the days when you were always ready to go? Like you just went, but not even a few minutes go by, and hey, guess who's a stud again? I remember those days. Well,
nice.
now
I remember that day.
I remember that day. Well, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. BlueChew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You can take them anytime, day or night, on a full or empty stomach.
Pretty good.
You're gonna get so hard, you're gonna come up with a new nickname for your dick, like Megalodon or Very Hard Penis.
Megalodon is great.
Megalodon is good. Blue Chew is prescribed online by a licensed physician, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. No awkwardness, and you don't have to leave the house. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit blue.com, and you get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code HARDFACTOR, all one word. Just pay $5 shipping. It's literally 6 free fucking pills, 6 sessions, bada bing, bada boom. Again, that's
And what a session those 6 are going to be. Whoa.
yeah, that's six. Clear your schedules. Again, that's blue BLUE chew.com. Promo code Hard Factor to try it free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. Remember, when you support our sponsors, you help make this podcast possible. So please be sure to use our promo code Hard Factor at BlueChew.com.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those ones where it's like if you've been like, I've been thinking about trying one of these guys. This is it.
It's
The
like
process took me 10 minutes total. That was signing up, talking to the online doctor, answering one email, and then I was done. It was 10
not
minutes.
only that, it's literally gummy candy. It's like
right.
it's not only is it Viagra, it's not only the
Yeah.
perfect medicine, it's also a gummy.
It's like
And
taking
it's
a
free.
gummy vitamin and then having a hard on the whole day, just like
Yeah.
Pretty
bumping
good.
into walls. Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. You might feel like James Bond. That's who I felt like when I was looking up this international lightning round that's coming up. Side note, though, much like James Bond and his famed Aston Martin, Hard Factor Will's 2005 4Runner is probably finally dead, fellas.
No.
I just wanted to bring that up because I bought that car the same weekend that I got Bentley back in 2007, the Boxer, who was Leroy's buddy. And that was the same weekend we moved to Charlottesville with PFT. Or you guys were already there. Wes and I moved in that weekend. Circle of life. New daughter. The whole runner is done.
Wow.
It's just
Big
crazy.
changes.
Lots of changes
Thing
going on.
lasted a while. Those cars are so awesome.
They are. It was
Did you get 200,000 on that bad boy?
I'd say like 150. Unfortunately, I did not. I don't drive enough. If I had driven more, certainly I could have hit it. But But enough about me. Let's go to the international update. Okay, first up, this one's from Charles. Thank you, Charles, for always keeping us up to date on what's going on in the news. He's keeping tabs on Twitter, guys. Twitter's banning everybody after Trump is gone, including internationally. The Ayatollah of Iran is now banned on Twitter for doing things that he does, like threatening people. And then the creeps at the Chinese embassy to the U.S. Are gone as well for tweeting about defending forced hysterectomies of Uyghur women, saying that they're making them not baby-making machines. So
That was a weird tweet, right?
They refused to delete that for like a month, and so Twitter was like, okay, you're gone.
That was weird.
So that was very strange. Also, the whole we're just going to censor our way out of this whole mess thing is pretty strange. But I guess that's Twitter's approach. Way to go, Twitter. Not only is China getting its accounts banned on Twitter, they're also drawing more foreign investment than the USA for the first time ever in the history of economics in 2020. Bad news for our economic outlook here in the USA. Basically, China's everybody was very impressed by the way they were able to lock down their citizens and open their factories very quickly after they locked down everybody in a very fascist style. So that got them more foreign investment.
They're winning, aren't they? They're
Yeah, by being brutal to their citizens. And they've also recovered 11 of 21 gold miners who got trapped in a gold mine on January 17th. China, fellas, has 573 mining deaths in 2020, which is a good stat to think about. Just Google other countries if you want to ponder what living in China is probably like. Finally, the main draw of this international update. It's everybody's favorite poison survivor, Alexei Navalny, who's, of course, back in Russia. So you know what's going on. YouTube.com/hardfactornews. The Russian hat is back for this section. So let's see. Intern Cam and Nolan Schultz in the Hardo Hive sent us all this latest information on Navalny. Here's the highlights. Basically, the U.S. came out. We got a tweet from @U.S. Embassy Russian Press. Rebecca Ross says, we're watching reports of protests in 38 Russian cities, arrests of 350 plus peaceful protesters and journalists. The U.S. supports the right of all people to peaceful protest, freedom of expression. Steps being taken by Russian authorities are suppressing those rights. And basically, what was going on is everybody was protesting Putin because he took Navalny back into his custody after poisoning him and then calling him back to the country to say you're still under arrest here in Russia. So everybody's
Didn't they
mad
take
at
his
him.
wife too? Don't they have his wife now too, Navalny's?
Maybe so. I didn't see that.
if he
I
has
didn't see
one,
that
I'm
in
sure
the
they
research.
have her, but I don't know.
Yeah, they got whatever they want. These demonstrations that they're doing, they look a lot like those in the USA recently. Bubba, I think, is going to play a video without sound for the guys so they can see it. In fact, they even had their own horn man. Russia had their own version of the horn, the Q shaman. Yeah.
Q shaman, yeah.
He's just, they're red, white, and blue. They're just like a different, coordination of red, white, and blue. So he did the same thing. You could see him there, the Q shaman. He's like on the upper picture carrying the Russian flag, but then the cops, they detained him immediately. So Q shaman didn't last very long out in Moscow.
Yeah, they do have his wife, by the way, Navalny's wife.
They have his- what do you mean? What do you mean they have?
She's been detained
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah,
in the
well,
protests. Yeah,
Putin's not happy with anybody. He's not happy with the USA for standing up for the people's right to protest. He's not happy with Navalny or any of his family. Navalny was also talking about Putin's secret daughters online and sharing their Instagram accounts. So I'm sure Putin's not happy about that. It's just a whole big mess. And we'll see if he makes it to his trial on February 2nd. So we got 2021, a big year for people who might not make it to their trials that we want to see. Navalny in Russia on February 2nd, and then Ghislaine Maxwell. We need to see her June or July, somewhere in there. We'll see.
She's got to hang on a little while longer, right?
Yeah.
What do you think Putin says to Navalny when he comes to visit him? Because you know it happens.
It's a toothpick out situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big time.
He brings a
he
pack
has
of
some-
toothpicks.
I think he has some pretty serious words for him
Yeah.
when he talks to him.
Yes.
I own you.
He's like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with you?
He's like, there are actually a few cameras on because I want to rewatch me fucking kicking you in the ass over and over again. Yeah, he definitely tortures him.
Can't be a
and
fun
says
jail
some-
cell for Navalny.
or has someone torture him.
Oh, yeah. It's bad.
That's the international update, boys.
All right, fantastic. All right, well, let's go a little more international. Let's talk about drug lords, guys. Ooh. Yeah, you see, we all we ever hear about are these cartels these days. The Mexicans, the Colombians, but every race of person deals in drugs, and apparently they just busted Asia's equivalent of El Chapo. In fact, they are calling him Asia's El Chapo, and his name is Say Chi Lap. Say Chi Lap.
Is that Asian for El Chapo?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just his name.
I was hoping so.
He's like 57 years old. He's actually a Canadian national. He was born in China, and then he moved to Canada. He's the leader of the Samgor Syndicate, a.k.a. The Company, which is Asia's biggest drug cartel in history.
That's a badass name, though. You just go by The Company.
The Company is
awesome. Yeah.
We need some shirts that just say The Company.
Sick. The Company.
Yeah.
Also, earlier, sorry, Wes, to jump back.
Yeah,
but
no, you're good.
I was wondering, like, what do we call the Biden update? Because we had Trump date for Trump. I was thinking, like, the Biden brief, the aviator report. You guys got something?
Aviator Alley.
Aviator Alley. Yeah.
think
Well,
of
anyways,
something.
be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
We need a name for the Biden.
The bedtime story.
Yeah, Biden Snooze Fest. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Biden's fest. So, like I say, he's actually Canadian, born in China. They're running a meth business worth anywhere from $30 to over $60 billion a year. So what
Ooh,
they
the company
do,
was.
Yeah, the company was. What they're doing is they're manufacturing drugs in the jungles of Myanmar, which is north of Thailand and Vietnam. So think like Breaking Bad times a million in the jungles. They're just making all this meth.
Supplying all of Asia from
Supplying
Myanmar?
all of Asia, Australia. Now think Ozarks, because they were using shitty casinos in those regions to launder their money.
Good call.
Yeah.
Seems like a perfect business model for the company.
That area of the world with like such
no one's gonna fuck with you in the jungle casinos, like riverboat casinos in the jungle.
No, it's perfect. All I mean.
So how did he get screwed then?
So he was arrested by the Dutch. Apparently he was he was abusing the shit out of Australia, right? Australia was one of his major like ports of passing drugs.
Well, they like to party. I mean,
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also very close out in the middle of the ocean, so just a hopping point. The Australian Federal Police issued a warrant for his arrest. They apparently, like I said, he was just abusing them. So the Dutch got him at the Schiphol International Airport in Amsterdam, so he'll be extradited. He was arrested back in 2000 for like same thing, but he only got 6 years. But now it's looking like if they can pin him, he'll be going away for probably
how
ever.
weak is that? Like a party trip to Amsterdam is what got
More
you
like
caught.
more like bye Chilop.
Yeah. What he was doing, one of his favorite moves was to hide meth in loose leaf tea packets in Asia. Bubba, I think, has the picture. So he's like hide the meth in the tea, which is like us hiding it in like I guess a cheeseburger wrapper. Or something.
Imagine drinking a meth tea.
That'd be kind of badass.
Yeah. So
Be awake.
I like this company tea.
yeah, but just one guy. The network is still intact. They will still
don't
be
worry,
giving
guys.
you lots of meth.
Don't worry, Australians. Yeah. Okay, nice. I like that. Side Chilop.
Man,
Keep
it's
an eye on
just
him.
such a good lesson. Like if you ever need to name something, like name it the most stupidly obvious thing possible, and it's going to be the coolest name.
That's true. Okay, guys. What's the main reason you become a TSA agent?
Free airfare.
Okay.
Fly for free.
Well,
that's
maybe you like wanted to be a cop, but you didn't get into the cop school or whatever, or like didn't pass the cop test.
Or maybe it's free grabs of hot people's private parts. Am I right?
Okay, yeah, that could be. I could draw some people.
That's certainly what drew former Transportation Security Administration agent Jonathan Lomelli. That's why he took the job. Lomelli, who used to work at LAX in Los Angeles, of course, was at a courthouse this Friday where he pleaded no contest to false in prison. See, Lomelli saw a woman with a rack and a half come through his lane, and that's when Lomelli made his first no contest, which was toward being the undisputed creepiest TSA agent in LAX. He's no contest there.
Picture
Really?
on the video. You got to check him out. Lomelli's really going for this one guy's crotch.
No, these are just funny TSA.
Oh,
pics.
okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was Lomelli himself.
No, those are just funny TSA pics of crotch grabs and women getting their tops lifted up and stuff, and a naked guy in the TSA. But so yeah, I mean, what he did is he told the well-endowed woman he had to look inside her bra to ensure she wasn't hiding anything. It was I got to get a look at those, he said. It looks
Safety
like you're
first.
looks like you're smuggling a perfect pair of breasts. Lomelli also
She immediately accepted his request to go on a date that night.
Exactly. It got to that point almost. Well, Lomelli also told the woman that she had to hold her pants away from her waist so he could take a peek downstairs too. And then said he would take her to a private room for further security screening, as that wasn't enough.
So he was just laying it on thick. Lomelli was trying to just get it in here.
He risked it all for this woman. She had quite the pair on her, apparently. He made her take an elevator to go to the private screening room, and then realizing
she promptly sued him.
Yeah, no, she did. Yeah, she charged. And on that elevator ride, he realized they were the only two on the elevator, so Lomelli figured he would save them both some time, and instead of taking her to the private screening room, which probably didn't exist, he said he could just do the screening right there in the elevator, and ordered her to lift her shirt, show her breast, dump her breasts out on the elevator. Then he looked down her pants again. She said Lomelli then told the woman she was free to go, adding she had a nice pair of breasts as she left.
That was it. That was the last line is what got him.
Yeah.
So she showed him her
Yeah,
boobs.
she caught on the elevator ride.
If he hadn't complimented her, he would be free.
Yeah, he gave it away a little bit too. I think the erection on the elevator and the
Unbelievable.
yeah,
How many
the
TSA
Hong Kong-
guys are getting away with this?
a lot. I think. Well, that's why I made the joke about. That's why they joined. Lomelli was fired, obviously, after pleading no contest because he was guilty, and also had some pretty hilarious other punishments, like he is permanently barred from being a security guard forever, which is a hilarious punishment. I know there's probably a lot of guys out there that have this barring being a security guard.
He's not the first on that
No,
list.
he's gonna join like a
a
Reddit
healthy
thread.
list.
Yeah.
I've got kind of a sick theory on how this works. Like, maybe the TSA agents think that because people are like in a rush and they just want to get the fuck to their planes, that they're not going to take the time to have these complaints. And then once they're away, then the feeling kind of like dwindles a little bit, so they get away with it more. But like, maybe that's what he's going with, is like,
Wes,
people aren't going to want to miss their flights.
I'm with you. He was scot free when he was doing it to her in front of everyone, but when he took her on the private elevator,
well, he's an idiot for doing that. He's an idiot for doing it all.
And then he like made her dump him out on the elevator, and then he said, "Nice breast." That was dumb.
It's a sick thought, but it might be part of it.
I mean, I'm sure some of them, 99% of TSA agents are totally like keeping us safe. Thank you. We don't want bombs in the plane.
Right.
No
There's
fires.
just some that are
Thank you.
dickheads with
We're just having a little
a
fun.
little bit
Like,
of power.
That's right.
Lomelli's a bad apple,
Yeah.
We don't like Lomelli, okay?
Yeah, right? We don't like Lomelli. But another funny thing besides being barred from being a security guard forever is he has to take 52 classes addressing sexual compulsion.
Is that
52.
enough for Lomelli?
No, definitely not. I mean, it sounds like a one a week type thing for like
He
a
needs
year,
to
but
be in a permanent support group.
forever. He will serve 60 days in county jail, where he will no doubt be visualizing that perfect pair of breasts he saw on the elevator while he quietly masturbates once his cellmate is asleep.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, he's done. And that's going to do it
Hey,
for
wait,
Hard Factor.
before
Go ahead.
you jump out, because we won't get back to the story. There was another one this weekend about similar thing. An ADT security guy in Dallas spied on 10,000 different videos of couples having sex inside their own homes.
That's terrifying.
Dude, it's like Lomelli times 10. It's this ADT security guy in Dallas.
That's why you get into ADT. Shit.
It was right there.
We're on to him. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Will's back. Pat is en route to his new home in Jersey, but he'll be joining us, joining Will in Fatherhood soon, and joining us, I think, later this week. What else? We got some really nice feedback over the weekend in this past week saying have been like really good content and good energy since January 1, since we started the new independent thing. So we really appreciate that. Please spread the word that Hard Factor is the best place to get your daily news and some laughs. It's really important we keep growing the show. You can also help us by just setting your Apple Podcast or Spotify app to auto-download all of our episodes. Download it up, people. Leave us a 5-star review and on Apple, or a voicemail at 512-270-1480. You can also interact with us daily if you join our Discord chat at patreon.com/hardfactor. We're constantly in there. And there's a new feature on Spotify that we are part of, like a beta test for, where we can ask a question, one question per each episode, and then you can leave responses directly in Spotify that will show up like on the Spotify page. So like, for example, we could say, how many pairs of breasts did Lamelli ask to see at LAX? And you can like respond to that question. And then if we like your response, we can post it and everyone will be able to see that. Mainly we're out there interacting with the Hive nonstop, and want to be a part. And if you want to be a part of that and get your friends, coworkers, and family in on this too, please do, because 2021 is going to be a sick ride. Stick around after the song here at the end and listen to how you can hear us on the new app Stereo that Wes was talking about earlier. We're going to start doing stereo shows weekly, maybe bi-weekly, and the whole operation is free to listen to. Look, I know this is a long outro, but we have a lot going on. So what we need you to do now is the most important thing that we can possibly ask of you, and that's have a great fucking day.